Hello everyone, my name is Woodman, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will talk about the challenges inspirational leaders face and how to overcome them. This is important to talk about because there are certain things that can hold people back from being inspirational leaders, whether it is internally or externally, and we need to recognize what those are. Let's start with some major causes of failures in leadership, according to Napoleon Hill in his book, Think and Grow Rich. After all, not every leadership execution by someone will turn out well, and we need to know why so we can be conscious of them and avoid them in our leadership journeys. 1. Inability to organize details. Efficient leadership calls for the ability to organize and to master details. If a leader is disorganized or does not understand the information they put out, then it will confuse the people they are working with. 2. Unwillingness to do their agreed upon work. While leaders should do work that is in their capacity, leaders should do work they committed to doing. If a leader suddenly backs away from doing work they were already doing, then it can make people question the leader's commitment. 3. Always expecting a reward for something. Leaders should genuinely do something in the community because they want to help people, instead of always expecting a reward out of it. If leaders always set a precondition that they will help someone if they get a reward, then it shows the leader is just helping people only for personal gain, such as attention and glory. 4. Fear of competition from supporters. This is referring to a leader who fears that one of their supporters may take their position in the future. This can hold the leader back from mentoring and uplifting people to get involved in the community and allow them to continue their legacy when the leader is ready to move on to something else. 5. Lack of imagination. Without imagination, the leader is incapable of meeting emergencies and of creating plans to have their supporters follow efficiently. It comes from a lack of innovative and on-the-spot thinking that leaders need to do in their journeys. 6. Selfishness. Similar to the always expecting rewards beforehand, this is where a leader always takes the credit and says they completed an assignment on their own without acknowledging the contributions of their teammates. Doing this will create resentment and dissatisfaction from the leader's teammates because they feel left out. 7. Intemperance. This means a leader lacks self-control, moderation, and discipline. The leader acts impulsively, acts on their personal greed, and fails to consider the consequences of their actions. This leads to poor decisions, corruption, abuse of power, and inability, which ruins people's trust in a leader and harms their organization's reputation. 8. Disloyalty. A leader who is not loyal to themselves and their team will negatively affect the relationship between the leader and the people they work with. It shows a leader will not support their team in difficult circumstances and not look out for their best interests. 9. Over-displaying authority. While it is a given that a leader sets the direction and gives assignments to their team, it should not get to a point where a leader is too bossy and always says they have authority over everything. The team already knows a leader makes the final call and decisions, but a leader should not rub in their faces that they control everything. Instead, a leader needs to be seen as sympathetic, understanding, and knowledgeable about their specific job on a team. 10. Bragging about their title. Again, a person does not need an official title in a community to be a leader. A person can be respected as a leader by simply supporting people and inspiring them to participate in society. Having an official leadership title is nice, but a leader who brags too much about their title generally has little else to emphasize on. For example, if someone is constantly bragging that they are a president of an organization, but they do not list any major accomplishments they made as president, then the bragging shows that the person cares more about the attention rather than leading and inspiring their team. These are some of the major causes of failure in leadership. Any leader who represents one or more of these points is likely to struggle with their leadership journey. Remember, when you get into inspirational leadership, it revolves around people and inspiring them to believe in themselves, believe in their gifts, believe in their dreams, and most importantly, to help the next generation of leaders become inspirational leaders. Still, for people who are inspirational leaders, what challenges do they face that could lead to one of the failures I listed before? 1, there is negative self-talk. When it comes to the worst things for our mental health, constant negativity is definitely one of them, especially if you are managing or leading people. When it comes to thoughts about yourself, your self-image is critical because it affects your inner dialogue on your experiences and interactions with people. You talk to yourself regularly about all of your experiences in terms of what you think about yourself and the way you perceive others. This ongoing internal dialogue is your self-talk, and it goes with you everywhere. When these private conversations are positive, they support you and work in your best interests. When they're negative, they're destructive and demoralizing. And as a result, it impedes your leadership abilities. Here are some recommendations you can do to handle negative self-talk. You can make a list of all the things that trigger your self-doubt and create a strategy to mitigate these occurrences. You can reduce your inner doubt through physical activity or other types of relaxation. You could spend some time exploring the values and principles that you feel most strongly about and write down the important ones. If any of your current strategies are not working, make the necessary changes to your plans, activities, objectives, or behavior. 2, there is justifying your negative behavior and blaming others. This usually stems from a lack of humility and not admitting when you are wrong and how you will do better next time. In addition to this, you find something or someone to blame for your poor behavior. You do not take responsibility for your actions and you find excuses to justify it. The most important recommendation to deal with this challenge is to show humility as a way to lead by example. After that, you can positively encourage your team to freely express any mistakes they made and how they will improve next time. You can validate and show appreciation to your team for admitting their mistakes and showing a willingness to do better. You also genuinely show interest in helping others with making sure they become great teammates. 3, there is a lack of emotional intelligence. For leaders, having emotional intelligence is essential for success. After all, who is more likely to succeed? A leader who shouts at their team when the leader is under stress, or a leader who stays in control and calmly assesses the situation? It's the latter. Leaders with self-control stay calm and clear-headed while under stress or during a crisis and maintain emotional balance. Leadership is demanding, and the people who can juggle multiple demands but remain focused on a group's goal are the ones who are likely to succeed. Here are some recommendations for having emotional intelligence. Listen attentively to your team to understand their perspectives. Create and maintain good working relationships with other people. Practice empathy and feel what other people are feeling so you can put yourself in their shoes. Read nonverbal cues. Read messages conveyed by facial gestures, posture, eye movement, and body language. This is so you can see how people are really feeling about your leadership methods. These are some important challenges to pay attention to and address, because if a leader lets one of these challenges get in the way of them working with people, it runs the risk of leading to one of the leadership failures. As a leader, you need to be comfortable with the uncertainty that leadership can bring, and as such, you are flexible with adapting to new challenges and do not let them stop you from leading people. Instead, you see every new challenge as an opportunity to grow and become a better person. Lastly, even if you do not immediately know the answer to a problem, this is where you talk with your team to strategize on what should be done to fix the problem and not make a big decision on your own. That way you all collectively agree on the best course of action, make sure everyone is on the same page, and accept the outcome together. In the next video, we will talk about unlocking the skills to lead your team. Until then, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on the post notifications so you will be notified when I post my next video. I appreciate your support. Remember, you are powerful, you're capable, and you are the changemaker our society needs. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you soon.